if you didn't think airport magic was real, today is your day and was your moment to find out that it is indeed real and really freaking real, baby. Deja vu is real. It's all deja vu again, just like 2024, baby. Woo! Woo! Let's go! Let's freaking go, baby! How about them San Jose Sharks? How about them San Jose freaking Sharks, baby? You know, you see the smile on my face? You see this big, wide grin on my face that says it all. Breaking news, if you have been working all day, if you have been living under a rock, if you've been sleeping all day, you don't know the news by now. The San Jose Sharks just defied logic. They defied the hockey gods, and they jumped from having just a 5% chance at getting a top 2 pick. They had a 15% of getting a top 5 pick. We were just like, hey, let's just try to get a top 5 pick. You know, that'd be cool. Not only do we get a top 5 pick, the San Jose Sharks, ladies and gentlemen, have jumped from number 9 or number 10, which they were slotted to pick at. And the San Jose Sharks are now picking at not number 1, but number 2. The San Jose Sharks, somehow, some way. And you know who you are out there. Please leave my stream immediately. This is a celebratory stream. Don't watch the end of this, the rest of this stream. But the San Jose Sharks, the future is indeed extremely freaking teal. The San Jose Sharks land the number 2 overall pick. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. What an exciting, amazing day it is for the people of San Jose, for hockey in the Bay Area, for me. You know, this started right here, right freaking here at the Oakland airport 2 years ago. Remember this, guys. I was working. I was at work, about to finish my shift, working a midday shift, and then just so happened to have the NHL draft lottery on. And it did pique my interest because I was like, that'd be cool. You know, I didn't follow hockey much at that time, but it'd be cool to see the Sharks, who I know have choked a lot, have lost a lot, have blown a lot of big leads, to get the number 1 overall pick. But I was like, you know what? They're probably not going to give it to us. Probably give it to Chicago or whatever. And then, bam, we got the number 1 overall pick and drafted Macklin freaking Celebrini and saved hockey in the Bay Area. Just like, you know, last year, I didn't have a midday shift. I had a morning shift. Went home, was like, damn, we got to get Matthew Schaefer. We got to get Matthew Schaefer. Watched it at home, and the lottery did not go into our favor. We got the number 2 overall pick. We fell from 1 to 2. But this year, we pulled out all the big guns. Worked the midday shift here at the airport. Got the T.O. Gatorade at 2. And sat in the same chair that I watched the draft lottery back in 2024. Sat in that same chair, turned on the TV, and the Sharks get the number 2 overall pick. This is where my hockey fandom began. This parking lot right here, this airport right there. That's where my hockey fandom began. Had it not been that day in 2024 that your boy, that they had the NHL draft lottery on and your boy was just resting in the break room, I wouldn't be a hockey fan. I wouldn't be a Sharks fan. I wouldn't be going to 24 or whatever games, however many games that I've gone to in the last 2 years. So let me tell you this. Airport magic freaking works. And let me also tell you guys this. It's deja vu all over again, just like it was 2 years ago. Before we get into what the number 2 overall pick means for San Jose, I do want to say this. As part of the deja vu stuff that's going on right now, you know, a couple years ago, I went on here and I said, I watched Macklin Celebrini play in college. Well, let me tell you this. I'm going to go live on here again and say, I've watched Gavin McKenna. I've watched Keaton Verhoff, top defenseman prospect. I've watched Chase Reed. And I even watched some Swedish highlights in the Olympics of Ivar Sternberg play. So it's deja vu all over again, man. What an amazing day. You know, it started really well with your boy being on that train over there, being on my own private train, solo train. And now it wraps it up with today's my Friday, y'all. And I get the number 2 overall pick. Wow. And you know, people might say, oh, you know, it's poverty franchise behavior. Here's the thing. Enjoy your playoff run. Because this is the last time you're going to be dominating. Because the future is teal. The future is extremely bright teal. And the Sharks are like OKC. We're going to come, and when we do come, and when we do arrive, there's nobody that's going to stand in our path or stop us. You know, 2 years ago, the Sharks were here at draft lottery day. You know, we were one of the most cursed franchises, not only in hockey, but in all of sports. But the heavens reversed our fortunes. The heavens opened. And we landed the number 1 overall pick and generational talent, Macklin Celebrini, who's going to be the future of hockey. And here's the thing, like I keep telling you guys, once you get over the hump in sports, you overcome adversity. Once you get past obstacles, once the heavens reverse your fortunes, nothing but good is going to come. And last year, we got the number 2 overall pick. Still got a top 2 pick. And this year, we jumped from 9 or 10 all the way until 2. Let's freaking go, baby. How about them Sharks? All right, let's talk about what this means for San Jose. All right, let's talk about what this means for San Jose. It means a couple of things. It means that there's a bevy of options now for the San Jose Sharks because either whatever happens, it's going to be great for the Sharks moving forward. Either the Sharks go out and potentially get Connor McDavid, trade the number 2 overall pick, and maybe Michael Misa, even though I love Misa, trade the pick to Edmonton and get Connor McDavid because Connor McDavid might be disgruntled after the first round exit this year. You could maybe trade for him and you add him to Celebrini. Oh my God, we would be absolutely unstoppable. Absolutely unstoppable on the ice. You could also pick a top-notch defenseman, which you desperately needed, like a Chase Reed or a Chase Reed or a Keaton Verhoff. Get one of those 2 guys to, help you out. Or you could trade the number 2 overall pick for one of the top defensemen in the league and also get more picks in return, as well as that top defenseman that will help you out now, and you get more picks to help you in the future. And also, you will be able to get, if with the number 2 overall pick, you could also draft Ivar Sternberg and you add him to Eklund, you add him to Celebrini and Misa and all those guys. Like, oh my gosh, who can stop that offense? And last but not least, the other option is if the Toronto Maple Leafs, my apologies, Toronto Maple Leafs, if they pass on Gavin McKenna, knowing the fact that they have a lot of offensive young studs like a Austin Matthews or like a Mitch, they have Austin Matthews. What you could also do is if they do decide to pass, because I know they need deep defensemen as well, you could draft Gavin McKenna and get him to pair with Celebrini, I mean, that would be a cheat code for the league. And last but not least, this is my favorite option of them all. If I'm the San Jose Sharks, quite frankly, I would take the number 2 overall pick. I would take Michael Misa. I would trade it to the New York Islanders. God, I keep saying the Edmonton Islanders. I will trade him to the New York Islanders in return for one Matthew Schaefer, who you should have gotten last year, but the league decided to rig it and decided to punish you, despite the fact that, you know, we've been one of the most cursed franchises in the world in all of sports. So there's a bevy of options. This sets up a lot of options for the San Jose Sharks. But it's a great day. And Callum McClurg, my boy, says, best player available. Appreciate the comment, Callan. But I mean, it's a damn good day to be a Sharks fan. It's a damn great freaking day to be a Sharks fan. Either you get a top superstar in the league, you get a top-notch defenseman that's been proven in the league that will help you win now, make the playoffs, or you get another top offensive prospect. You get a top generational defenseman prospect to load up your prospect pool that has a lot more coming, by the way. And you get the 19th or 20th overall pick from the Oilers. Thank you very much, Edmonton. So yeah, there's a lot of options. It's a damn good day to be a San Jose Sharks fan. And, you know, deja vu strikes again, y'all. That's what I'm going to say about it. Deja vu freaking strikes again. Man, you know, we were just look at our journey from cursed franchise, blowing big leads in series, never having things go our way. And somehow, some way, we get Macklin Celebrini in our hands. And now another top pick, despite the fact that we had a 5% chance to get it and defy the odds. Like Jim Harbaugh always says, who's got it better than us? The answer is absolutely nobody. The Ducks wish they were in our position. The Kings absolutely wish they were in our position. The Kraken wish they were in our position. The Oilers wish they were in our position. And you can even ask Golden Knights fans, if they were to swap teams between Go Knights or the Sharks, would they do it? Yes, they would. So how about those San Jose Sharks, baby? And I'll tell you guys this. And before I keep gloating on about the Sharks and our pick, deja vu and all that stuff, here's the thing I want to say too. I want to say this. Poor Vancouver. I mean, you trade away Kiefer Sherwood to the Sharks. You trade away a bunch of other players. You have one of the worst seasons in your history. And you not only not get the number 1 overall pick, but you don't even get number 2. I mean, you let the Sharks and you let Toronto, a Sharks team that was in the playoff race, and think, okay, you can have your little win that you beat us. Congratulations. In the last 3 games of the season, because I'd rather have number 2 than take your stupid, meaningless win. But you really don't even get a top 2 pick, despite the terrible season that you have. Oh, Vancouver is screwed, y'all. I'm sorry. But I think Chicago also got a little bit screwed. I mean, they had a bottom season and they didn't even get a top 3 pick, let alone number 1 and 2. Look, I think Toronto, there's a good chance that they could pass on McKenna just because you have those offensive players already. I mean, you have Matthews. Where are you going to play McKenna? You're going to play him as your third winger on the third line? Like, come on, man. You're not. You're not going to do that. Like, I think personally, I could see Toronto, and if I'm Mike Greer, I'd do this as well. I would trade. I would offer up Toronto number 2 and maybe Michael Misa for number 1 and try to get Gavin McKenna. Because, look, I like Misa. I think he's a good player, but I just don't think he fits. You know, like, he was never a necessity for the San Jose Sharks. That's why I'm saying, like, try to offer it up to the Islanders. See if they would take Misa and number 2 for Matthew Schaefer. Like, you know, you could definitely build around Misa. He could be the number 1 captain or the number 1 winger for another team. All right. What's up, everybody? Just celebrating the Sharks getting the number 2 overall pick. Deja vu has hit again. All right. Cal McClurg says they are not passing on McKenna. That'd be like San Jose passing on Macklin. Actually, it's not, because Macklin was actually viewed as a generational talent. McKenna, not so much. He had a down year at Penn State. You know, he had that altercation where someone called his mom a bad word, and then he fought for his mom, which, hey, look, bravo to you, kid, because I would have done the same thing. But, you know, the thing with the Maple Leafs is they're a team that you know, is in contention. So, like, they need defensemen. So why not trade down a pick? Go get like a Verhoff, a Keaton Verhoff, or a Chase Reed. That would really help the team, I think, better than getting a Gavin McKenna. By the way, guys, if you guys like what you're watching, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. San Jose gets the number 1 overall pick again. Deja vu has hit. But yeah, those any more comments we got here? If you want to hop on the stream, feel free to click this StreamYard link down below. We're just celebrating. This is a great day. I mean, the weather was like this literally when we got Macklin Celebrini just a few years ago. Like this, same place, same time, and San Jose does it again, y'all. Anyways, guys, I think that's gonna just about do it for this show. It's been a great show. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. I think we had a high of 5 viewers at one point. So appreciate everybody that tuned into this show today. But until then, y'all. Oh, actually, before we do that, let's sing my favorite song, right? They said I didn't know hockey. They said I stunk, but I know hockey. I am so great. How about them Sharks, baby? The Sharks are on the good side of the hockey world now. The Sharks, number 2 overall pick. Another top young prospect joining, or potentially proven offensive player or defensive player. How about them Sharks? It's a great day to be a San Jose Sharks fan. The future, ladies and gentlemen, as I've repeated, is extremely, extremely, extremely T.O. And there's nothing that anybody can do about it.